What is up guys, your boy CJ here, back with another video. I hope you guys are doing well and doing pretty well myself. Anyway, so today's video is, as you can see from the title, it's basically, I want to show you guys a couple of tools that might help you guys out in your video editing journey, or more specifically, help speed up things a little. So I myself personally, when I started out, I did not know any of these tools. So when I actually found out not too long ago, about majority of these tools that actually are quite useful if you actually learn to practice to use them. And again, these tools at first will be a bit weird and you have no idea how to apply them or even use them, but over time when you actually learn and use them often, you'll get a hang of it, and over time you'll basically keep using it. And trust me, it will help you. And I tested out some of them. I don't like some of them, I like most of them, but yes, it will help you. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, I already have Premiere Pro loaded up right here. I have a couple of footage. This is actually footage from a short film I was planning to make, but it didn't happen. So here we are. Now, the tools that we're going to be talking today is mostly situated at this small section here. Now, these tools, often people, you will use it if you're editing. You mostly will use maybe the selection tool, the cut tool, the pen tool, or maybe even type tool. But people often overlook these three others. I'm not going to talk about hand tool because I don't use it. I don't find any uses for it. It won't help you much. But in my case, these few others will definitely help you out. So we're going to get started. The first tool is actually the track select forward tool. Now, what this tool does is very simple. So let's say for a scenario, I cut my footage at this point and I cut another one here. But I want to put this footage in here, in this middle part here, but I don't have enough space for it, and I don't want to have to highlight every single time when I have to do that. So what I do, I just click this track select forward tool. In this case is shortcut to A in my keyboard. What this does is basically wherever I click on top, every footage behind on the right side of my mouse is gonna be dragged behind. So what I do is I just click, I drag. Now it works both ways basically. There is also another method if you want to do the front part instead of the left part. Maybe you want to drag the back footage in front and the front footage in front. Sorry. What do? Long click on the function button, and you have this track select backwards tool. Same concept. I select that, it's gonna drag it forward. So yeah, that's the first tool. Now the next tool we have is the Ripple Edit tool. Now what this tool does is a very simple tool. What you do is that, for example, for this footage, I want to maybe cut this front part here without having maybe a gap in front, or maybe I want them to cut, but I don't want to have a extra gap here. So what do I mean by that? Normally, what I do is that I'm gonna have a selection tool. I'm gonna open up this gap here. I'm gonna click it up. This is what's gonna happen. It's gonna leave a gap, but I don't want that. I'm gonna undo that. Ripple Edit is gonna eliminate that problem for me. Now I want to eliminate maybe this back part here where I panned it right. Now what do? I just click on this, I drag it, and the back portion of the second footage that's after the original footage I edited is gonna fall together and create a more seamless. It doesn't leave the gap basically. Now that's the Ripple Edit tool. Now next we have is actually the rolling edit tool. If you long click on your Ripple Edit tool, you're gonna open up a panel and you're gonna open up a rolling edit tool, which is a shortcut to N in my case. Now what this tool does is very simple. Now for example, if I were to drag this footage behind, it's gonna extend the footage in front of it. So it's this pretty much the same principle as the Ripple Edit tool, but instead of just eliminating this part, it's gonna stretch out the clip in front of it. Alright, that's it. Next we're gonna have the rate stretch tool. Now rate stretch tool is mostly used for people for using a lot of slow motion, or you want to do a lot of speed ramp, but you don't want to use traditional method. Now what is the traditional method? The traditional method, right click on the footage, go up to speed and duration, and just adjust whatever you want. Now that takes a long time, and most editors doesn't have that much time. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click on the rate stretch tool. I'm gonna drag it up. Now what happened is it's gonna give a slow motion effect. Now because the principle of slow, if you want to slow down footage, you basically have to extend footage. That's very simple. But as I say, if I want to speed it up, just stretch it small, it's gonna have a speed up. Look at that. And done. That's the rate stretch tool. Very powerful tool for youngsters nowadays. They want to do a lot of speed, or you want to do a lot of slow motion stuff, or do you want to do a lot of maybe time lapse. This is very useful, and it helps to make sure that your footage fit accordingly to the amount of gap, I guess, you leave for it. Doesn't really make sense when I say it that way, but when you actually use this tool and you apply it in real life, you're gonna use it someday. So yeah, next we're gonna have the slip tool. Slip tool is a weird tool in my opinion, because it's very weird how it applies. So what it does is basically, if I select this footage and the starting part is here, but I want to change it. This footage is longer than it seems, but I already cut it out. But I don't want the footage to start here. I want to start at the start where I started panning to the right. So I'm going to drag to the right. Oh, sorry. Or in this case, we drag to the left. And, that's where I started panning. I'm going to stop there. So yeah. So I play back. It's going to start at me panning to the right. Now, this is useful if you already have a certain amount of footage that you already allocate to that space, but you want to change the starting point. Very useful, very powerful. Have to really digest in order to really know how to use it. Next is the slide tool. Slide tool, I don't particularly like this tool. I don't use it at all actually. So I say for example, I have several space in between. It just slides your footage around. It doesn't do really much. It will replace other footage if you're not careful. It will replace the footage before it if you're not very careful with this tool. It's a powerful tool. At the same time, you need a lot of practice to really learn how to use these little tools. They're maybe small, not insignificant. At the same time, it will gives you a lot of problem. But yeah, that's it. Really, Premiere Pro is really just you need to keep practicing in order to learn. And yeah, so like I said, Premiere Pro is actually a tool that you really need to keep practicing to really master the tool, because it's a great software. It has a lot of gimmicks. It's a complicated software. It's a professional software for filmmakers and the like. So of course, as powerful as it is, like anything else, you want to get good at it, you have to keep practicing and practicing and practicing. To be honest, I really just learned all these stuff not too long ago. So if I sound unsure or not unconfident, I guess not in confidence, I'm really sorry. But I try my best to I want to share with you guys how it works and how it works in a short and fast manner. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. There are more tutorials coming, of course. Do like this video, thumbs up if you like it. If you don't like it, then I'm sorry, I guess. Comment, share with your friends. Definitely share with them if they want to learn how to use these things. I have a couple more tutorials coming, definitely. Do remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell button, and it's your boy CJ. I'll see you guys in it later. Out!